What's up, people? How you guys doing, man? What's going on, people? How you guys doing, man? Ronald Colleagues. I am back with another video. I'm glad to be making a new video. Yes, I'm wearing the two B's, the Boston Red Sox and Brooklyn Nets. B squared. I'm wearing this shirt, Brooklyn Nets, and what I'm here for is to start off 2014 as I did my review last week, and now I'm doing another video. My WTFs. Thanks to J-Dub, who, in another video, hopefully he doesn't sue me for copyright infringement, I decided to do my WTF. My weekly top favorites, which I am excited about. So, this is what I'm planning to do to start 2014. Probably my New Year's resolution. So, I'm going to be talking about a few various topics. So, hopefully it's organized and not super random, but that's where I'm going to start off from there. So, what I'm going to start off is to talk about is the wild card weekend, which has been one of the biggest weekends, which did kick off 2014. As NFL season did draw to its close, the same time as the year 2013 ended, and all the seasons from the Thursday Night Football, Monday Night Football, and Sunday Night Football all came to a close. We had the official playoff game starting. So, with the Eagles and the Saints, as the Eagles did have a game-winning interception to close their game against the Cowboys with a victory, which did steal them the victory towards the end with the Cowboys all out of timeouts. The game did come to a crucial point with Eagles and the Saints turning out to be an evenly matched up game. As the Saints did come off, and Eagles also kind of came off as equal underdogs, kind of. The Eagles, I don't remember when's the last time they were in the playoffs. They haven't been in the playoffs in a while. Whenever they won a playoff game, it kind of came to play. Apparently, this was a good matchup. NFL playoff debut with Nick Foles as their new quarterback, as Nick Foles became a huge rising quarterback as a second string, as this underdog, where how is he going to break out as a quarterback with Michael Vick hurt? Apparently, Nick Foles turned out to be a phenomenon this entire season, and then as the playoffs started, he did have a great game, a lot of back and forth action from Drew Brees, Nick Foles playing off their showcase, but another alternative that did indeed came to play was the defense. The Saints defense kind of what took them the game, and as the Saints were down, the defense really did benefited them to rebound and gave a lot of confidence for Drew Brees to get his touchdowns and gave them the field goal winning drive to send the game to victory. So kudos to the Saints with their narrow victory, as they also get their first road playoff win, which made an achievement for the Saints. Kudos to them after their 9-7 record from last season, and 7-9, as they started off slow and Sean Payton was suspended. They got a new coach in, so that's what happened. Another topic to discuss was the Chiefs and the Colts. I gotta say, man, Chiefs had entire control of the first half. Especially they scored 38 points. The thing that got me wondering is, how did the Chiefs choke? Or was Andrew Luck? But even if the Chiefs choked, Andrew Luck managed to capitalize on the comeback and started off a furious comeback once again, like I did saw when the Colts were playing the Titans as they were down. Andrew Luck stored up some motivation for the team, for what I heard. I wish I could see a video of it. It's intriguing. That did send them their victory against the Titans. Luckily, unfortunately, as different from this situation, they had a big of a hole to climb out of. Thank goodness enough for two more quarters with 15 minutes left. It's a total of 30 minutes. Andrew Luck had a chance to showcase a comeback or use that time and clinch on right now, apparently. So, I felt like as if Andrew Luck also did play phenomenal as well, because how they capitalized on it really spoke a lot of words. And Andrew Luck did play a phenomenal game. He's becoming a breakout star for Indianapolis. As unfortunate as it is, as they did got rid of Peyton Manning, decided to rebuild with Andrew Luck, it really came in hand. So, for the Colts. So, even though Andrew Luck could have been on another team, like probably the Dolphins or another team, the Colts really went full throttle and felt like this is where he fits as of right now, or Oakland. But Colts has really managed to start fresh, as Peyton Manning is on the near of his prime, but we don't know when's that going to be. But Peyton Manning and the Broncos have really climbed up to the legacy that they had in the 90s. So, with Peyton Manning being on the Broncos, it really came handy. So, yeah, so very awesome for Peyton Manning as they got rid of Team Tebow and Peyton Manning. He plays next week, but mostly sorry to get off on a tangent. Andrew Luck really played a phenomenal game, and I think he is being well utilized. So as the Colts do go on to face the Patriots and Colts rivalry is still into play. So I'm very intrigued about how far it goes from there. So like I said, I'm intrigued about that. And on top of that, I'm intrigued with the Saints, and what team do they face? The Seahawks. So it's going to be two interesting matchups. Another thing to talk about is the 49ers and the Packers. Another good neck-and-neck game. One of the best playoff games to watch, as the 49ers did pull on the game-winning victory, the game-winning drive to send them to the next round against the Panthers. That's going to be a tough matchup, I have to say, with Cam Newton, Colin Kaepernick, two young quarterbacks coming into play. And top of that, don't forget, what was the team? The Chargers and the Bengals. Unfortunately, that was kind of a lopsided game to finish it, as the Chargers did took full control of the second half, which capitalized on the victory, which delivered them the victory. Kudos to Phillip Rivers for having the fewest turnovers and making more touchdowns than interceptions and turnovers. So kudos to the offense and the defense staying fresh and giving them, giving them a well-fertilized stop and execution for the Bengals. So I would say for Andy Dalton, I don't think he should leave anytime soon, because Matt Ryan, he's suffering the same fate as Matt Ryan, being winless in the playoffs. So I don't know where they're going to go from there, because Matt Ryan finally got his playoff win last year against the Seahawks, which they did pull off that narrow victory against the Seahawks, which almost getting knocked off once again, to say the least. So that's what I got to say to that. That was very phenomenal. It was great. It was great to watch. So I'm excited for, it's very phenomenal for the Chargers to have a friend who's a Chargers fan to advance in the playoffs. But I can't wait to see what more can they do. Can they pull their upset, or who knows what's going to happen from there. So that's kind of awesome to hear. Sorry, I don't know why my phone went off. But next game that did happen, and outside of football, was basketball. The Knicks and the Nets won their same night, and they both started off great on 2013 to New Year, well fresh and well regrouped. The question is, as the Celtics did struggle on their downfall, apparently the Atlantic Division is picking up. Toronto is starting to regroup very phenomenally, as they did trade Rudy Gay, and as it turned out, Rudy Gay turned out to be the anchor of the team. So now they have, as now they got Tyler Hansbrough, DeMar DeRozan, Kyle Lowry, and Amir Johnson, and Salmons, the new guys for Toronto. I think this is the chance for them to be utilized. And I'm talking mostly about the Atlantic Division, because it looks like the Knicks and the Nets are starting to regroup, and the Celtics, they need to start winning games. So the 2013 came to a close. They did suffer their loss to the Hawks by a point. I think they should have won that game. They did have that game in their hands. And the two other games, the Bulls, I think, or Pelicans, they could have won. Those are the two games I felt they should have won personally, but they turned out to be close games, except the Bulls, which turned out to be a blowout, which was very unfortunate. So, which was kind of unfortunate. The Nets and the Knicks, and the Nets pull off 2 wins. They did beat, indeed, Atlanta Hawks, and then they beat off a couple of other teams. So that's what I got to say to that. And the Knicks, I forgot what teams they did beat, but Carmelo and J.R. Smith starting to get in the groove right now. So I can't wait to see what's more going to happen. But the Celtics need to start winning games. They can't fall down. They need to start staying on their legs. Because the Knicks and the Nets, when they regroup, they can't get knocked down by the Celtics. That's what I'm saying right now. So I think it's time to start getting more in full gear. I have to say to that. So even though other games did happen indeed, but that's what I'm mostly going to talk about in the NBA, the Atlantic Division, what I'm concerned about. And what else am I going to say? Oh yeah, so that's what happened. So Celtics are indeed facing the handicapped Clippers, as Chris Paul went down with the separated shoulders. So I can't wait to see what's going to happen with the Celtics and Clippers, but hopefully it doesn't turn out to be a blowout. I'm just going to leave it to that. Alright, my final topic is, me indeed. Me, especially me as a wrestling fan, I'm going to talk about a couple of things. Old School Raw, which was phenomenal. I'm excited for Old School Raw, which was great. Some stuff that did happen indeed. Daniel Bryan's first match with the Wyatt family. And I am super amused on how that went down. It was great how they utilized him joining the Wyatt family where he voluntarily joined and wasn't forced to join. So better. Hopefully, if he continues to be a climax storyline, and he doesn't just bury the Wyatt family like John Cena did in Nexus when he was forced to join. And then when he got fired, he's still on his mission to take out the Nexus, which, I don't know. I felt like that storyline was a little boring. Well, not really boring, but it was just John Cena was just forced, and I don't know. He didn't have much of a character. His character was kind of, I don't know, it was too bland. I have to say to that. So great win, great upset. Well, upset from the Usos and Rey Mysterio, building more to the Wyatt family Daniel Bryan storyline. So I can't wait to see what goes on from there. So I'm intrigued about that. Next event that did happen was the Shield, Roman Reigns versus CM Punk in the main event. And I gotta say, that was a very awesome main event. Roman Reigns, CM Punk did dish it out very well. Shield continued to become one of my favorites. The thing I'm nervous about is what's gonna happen when they break up, to see how they're gonna build as single competitors. And when they break up, are gonna have reunions. Like, are they gonna have the Shield reunions like they did with Evolution and they did with DX? So that's what I gotta say to that. So I can't wait to see what's more gonna happen from there. What was I going to say? What's more going to happen from there when it goes on as the years go forward? I mean, as this storyline goes forward. And the Shield also on Piper's Pit. And yeah, so Piper's Pit and the Shield, I think they were awesome. The Shield continued to be builded, and then the Shield continued to be built, especially having a promo with Roddy Piper. Great heel stable from the Shield. I don't know what's going to happen when they turn face, but hopefully they do turn face, even though if they plan a breakup. That's what I got to say from there to that, but like I said, if they are to break up, have Roman Reigns beat Biggie Langston. Hopefully, Roman Reigns beats Biggie Langston Hughes to become the IC champion. Dean Ambrose keeps the United States, and then they have their feud from there. And then Seth Rollins tries to get in, make it a triple threat match for the title unification, and then that's how the implosion from the Shield could start. You know, I feel like this could make the storyline very unique. They could break up with momentum. That way, when they break up, they still have some high relevancy, and see how they go as single competitors. So that's what I got to say to that. Another story that happened was Randy Orton. Even though I don't think he did have a match, or neither did John Cena, but the thing that did kick off very well was the promo with him and Ric Flair. How Randy Orton and Ric Flair did replay history so well, as Randy Orton did have issues with Ric Flair during the confrontation. Even though Randy Orton still had respect for him, he still had issues with him despite that. So I felt like that story did play it, even though John Cena did come out with the cliche promo, but I still felt like it still propelled very well. So that's what I felt to that. So great promo, great story from there. I felt like I can't wait for what's more going to happen from there as Monday Night Raw or Friday Night SmackDown comes, especially with Randy Orton against Biggie Langston Hughes. I'm excited to hear that for the most part. And more I want to talk about briefly is the Oksana push. I feel like it's great to start pushing the Diva heels, because AJ and I think Tamina, because they're as a group, I don't think we can see how Tamina will break out as a singles competitor. And on top of that, it's great to see what Oksana can deliver as she's pushing her, so they try to make her more relevant. So the Bella Twins, they got victories over Oksana and Alicia Fox, and then vice versa as well. So that's what I'm more intrigued about. So yeah, so that's stuff I want to talk about, a few things. So as I gotta say to that, that's my video, and that's the video to start off 2014 with mostly reviews and brief stuff I want to talk about. So I'll leave you with this video, and hopefully you guys enjoy this video, and hopefully you have a nice day, and I'll be back next week or sometime later this week, so I got more to talk about. Peace out.